It's here. It's time. It's time to go back to this. I had a lot of fun with this last week on Saturday, and wanted to keep doing this. This is the Pokemon trading card game for the Game Boy Color. It's the Wild West, and it's great. I'm gonna show off what it is like in a more meaningful sense this time around, rather than like the flailing around with the cards we have. So we're going to continue from where we were. Don't worry about it. If you didn't see the last one, don't worry. The quick of it is we are working under a Pokemon or doctor. I think it's a doctor, not a professor. And there's 8 clubs that we want to go around and beat to get the legendary cards. And yeah, let me quick take a look at what we actually have today. Oh, right, okay, yeah, we had built this water deck that's not very good, but it's what we have to work with. But yeah, this is the Pokemon trading card game as of, God, 3 sets had come out by the time this game had come out. Specifically, we had the base set, Jungle, and Fossil, if you're familiar with the old Pokemon sets. So, no Team Rockets and anything past that, so no Team Rocket set stuff, and none of the, like, gym leader stuff that came after that. The game is very, very old. Has cards like Professor Oak. And Bill, which are just flat. They have no cost and allow you to do some ridiculous things such as draw 2 cards. We'll get to show those off in a little more, larger manner. How much was a GBA game in 1998? I assume you mean GBC. What, like 30 bucks? Was it like 30 back then? I think it was 30 back then for these sorts of things. Anyway, hello, Benak, Anthony, YNRN, Nash. Glad to see people have made it in. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna quick do just a game with one of these people on the side to get a refresh on how the game works, and then we're gonna commit some fraud, which will take us about 10 to 15 minutes to commit some fraud. I'm sorry, what were you doing, Ryan? Oh, I'm carving a statue of Pokemon out of this rock. Yeah. Alright, Ryan, let's do it. 3 prizes. So, the way, if you're new to the stream on this, is it balanced the way Chandelure is, where all the broken cards are harder to get? No. It is not, Rather Gray. Well, some of them are. Like, the legendary cards are like the onus of the game. It's like, you have to go get the legendary cards. But the legendary cards aren't necessarily the good ones. Alright, so we're gonna power up. We have a Squirtle versus a Sandshrew. We can check out Sandshrew here in the above its picture, which is this nice 2-tone Sandshrew. Has 4 HP hits, which means it has 40 HP. It has 1 attack, which uses a fighting energy to use Sand Attack. A retreat cost of 1, down to the bottom left. It has a weakness to grass, meaning it takes double damage to grass, and a resistance to lightning, meaning it takes reduced damage from lightning. Or, lightning, thunder. And then if we go back here and we hit a button, we can go to Sand Attack and see what it does. If you get attacked next turn by the defending Pokemon, they have a coin flip chance to miss. And then we get the burrows deep underground in arid locations far from water. It only emerges to hunt for food. Mouse Pokemon. Yeah, so these are, for the most part, the cards in this game are the cards from the original card game. Right? Like, this is the Squirtle card from the original base set. It has Bubble and Withdraw, weakness to lightning, and such. It'll evolve into Wartortle and Blastoise. But we're just gonna use Bubble. They're not entirely from the base set, because there are, the cards in the game, yes, they are from the base set, but there are also GBC exclusive cards, and we'll see those. Oh, We've been hit by sand. Like this obviously is a card from specifically from the base set, but yeah. Okay, Tails, the attack is unsuccessful. I could negotiate my... Ooh, they put a mysterious... Okay, mysterious fossil. This is how you get Ammonite or Kabuto, or Aerodactyl. You have to play the mysterious fossil onto your bench and then evolve it as though it was something else. But it's a trainer. Alright, so we're going to keep getting hit by sand attack. That's annoying, but fine. We have a potion. Oh, sweet, Bill. So Bill is a trainer card. Bill is a trainer card that allows you to draw 2 cards. It's sweet. We're gonna put a seal on the bench and power up our seal. So you get to play 1 energy a turn, kind of like lands and magic. Are we getting through? We are not. Hello, Fractal Sandwich. Ooh, they've got Bill. Bill is like... It's Bill. Oh, Kabuto armor. When an attack, even your own, does damage to Kabuto, that attack does only half the damage, rounded... Oh, wow, okay. So we kind of want to... get through to this sand shrew is the thing. We have a scoop up. You can only play 4 of a card in this game. Okay, we're getting through. We're getting a paralysis? We are. Alright, so we'll have the knockout on this. Yeah. You can have a hand of a ridiculous amount of cards in this game. Oh, Shelter! Yay! Finish the turn without attacking, so Sand Shrew's back up. We can energy search. I'm gonna set this on seal. I'm gonna energy search for a fighting energy. And then we're gonna play plus power. And you can see the P1 if we have a P-Wing. You don't tutor into Bill, you tutor into Oak if you're gonna tutor. Or you just grab what you actually needed. Original Poke TCG might be the most broken game ever. It's kind of busted. I don't know if it's the most busted. I don't think I would call it the... Oh, hey, Hitmonchan, how you doing? So Hitmonchan is in this deck. We only need to discard 1 water energy to switch to Hitmonchan, so we're gonna do that. Bam! Pow! It's pretty busted, though, like... Hide and shell. So, okay. CRS Reverb brings up Shaman. In the current card game, did you know that Shaman EX is a sort of a retrain of a card that was Uxie back in the Diamond Platinum days, which was only worth 1 prize and drew up to 7 instead of 6. Just thought you should know that. Alright, so we knock out this Shelter, so we only need to knock out 3 of our opponent's Pokemon for the 3 prizes. Once we knock out the 3 Pokemon, even though they have the Kabuto on their bench, it's not going to matter. Oh! 10 damage plus 10 for each thing on there. Thank you, Benak, for that. I don't think I care about that. I'm just gonna jab. Yeah, Diamond Pearl Platinum is a very different, like, game that I don't know enough about and can't tell you much about myself, so, like, I did not play during that period. Anyway, we're gonna get the knockout here with Hitmonchan and we're gonna win. But I think this gives you the basics of how the game functions if you haven't watched any of the previous ones that we've done. Also, it gives me the ability to win through this. Okay, we got an energy search. That's good. So we get it back. Pokemon Trader. Okay, Pokemon Trader is an important card in this. trade, because this is also a two. Also, oh man, I love this. Look at the art on that. We have it's like this 2D. It's this man who is made of like 8 pixels for their head. Oh, I love it. Anyway, trader, trade one of the basic Pokemon or evolution cards in your hand for a basic Pokemon or evolution card from your deck. So basically, this is you shuffle away one of your Pokemon to get one of your Pokemon that you want. This Farfetch is distraught. We have Golem. Look at the Golem having fun there. Man, that Golem's having a great time. Avalanche does 60, and then Self-Destruct is 100. It does 100 damage to itself and 20 damage to each Pokemon on each player's bench. Ivysaur. Ivysaur is good. Ivysaur is good because Venusaur is good. Poison Powder is like okay. Poison is 10 damage between turns. And then Kingler has Flail, dealing damage equal to how much damage it has on it, and also the Crab Hammer, just as 40. We got this nice looking Jigglypuff. So the way the Game Boy Color's color palette works, you can see that like the images are sort of restricted in the colors they get to use, and like some of the cards like Energy Search are noticeable about it because they're very muted. So Energy Search the card, each of those orbs is a different color. There's the yellow orb, the green orb, because it's all the energy colors. So, and we get another booster pack. A Machamp. Machamp, whenever your opponent's attack deals damage to Machamp, this power does 10 damage to the attacking Pokemon, even if Machamp is knocked out. Can't be used if it's hit by a special condition. Well, sorry, a sleep, confused, or paralyzed. Not just any special condition. That's important. Seismic Toss for 60, and that's all it's got. Rapidash, Pokeflute. Choose one basic Pokemon from your opponent's discard pile and put it onto his or her bench. Now, this seems like it'd be a drawback. Like, why would I ever want to do this? But the trick to this card is that you can use it to bypass knocking out their big Pokemon to take prizes. If there's like a Magikarp in the discard, you can put the Magikarp on the bench, and then like force the Magikarp into the active and knock it out to take a prize. You can kind of steal a game. That's its entire purpose. Caterpie, Geodude, Fighting Energy. All right. Anyway, so we've got through the game. We're gonna. If you'll excuse me for a moment, I'm going to open up a window. And then we're going to... Okay, so, I could allow the game to kind of go at its own rate. We'd build up a collection in decks over time. It actually goes pretty quickly because the packs have 10 cards in them, and the sets aren't that big. There's 4 different sets, and like, so you build up your collection pretty quick. Like, compared to games of this style these days, like, you get, like, it would not take a super long amount of time to get a full collection. However, for the purposes of streaming this, I kind of want it to be, a little quicker. So, we're going to... You can fight Imakuni for 4 packs. Most trainers give 2. But... if I go to read mail, it should be this. Oh look, a pack of Coliseum. With a Hitmonchan in it. That's nice. And a pack of Evolution, with a Pidgeotto and a Butterfree, and we get some stuff. Gust of Wind, that's very important, we need more of those. Oh look, the mail's still here. Scoop Up. Scoop Up's very important. Energies. Victory Bell. Victory Bell pulls things into the active and then has a way of keeping them in. What is happening? The professor's sending us a lot of packs because I've put in a gameshark code to make it so that this mail never goes inactive. So we're gonna do this for a little bit, not too long, just enough to get us, like, you know, a playset of things like Bill or Professor Oak. More Pokemon flutes. Victor Bell is trash. You're right, but Victor Bell's also cool. Victor Bell's card is not good. Yeah, when I say cheating, this is actual ass cheating. I'm not doing anything in game, so. I just want to speed up the process of getting cards so that we can actually build real decks. That's all. Oh no, we'll be doing that later. Squirrel token. I mean actual ass cheating. I want to open up these packs and get us to the point where we can do some cool stuff quicker. Kangaskhan. Jolteon. I'll show you that, though, Squirrel Token, the coin flip manipulation. That is something I've talked about. Are there any cards we could not get in these two pack types? I'm glad you asked. You're correct, there are. There's other two packs, and we're going to be checking those out as well. Oh, well, look, Venusaur. Venusaur is really cool. The Energy Trans. As often as you like during your turn, before you attack, you can move Grass Energy from one Pokemon to another. So let me take a look at what we want to, just a quick look at, like, what we want to get towards with this. We currently only have Bill. We kind of need more energies and things. We have 2 energy removal. Okay, the Bill and the Oaks are the ones we need to get 4x, so I think that's going to be my point that I'm going to go to on this. So we need to let's keep checking out. That'll be my stopping point, is the professor on the professor's gift. Anyway, this is definitely cheating, though, just to speed things along. And then we'll build our decks from what we have. There we go. Computer search. Discard 2 other cards from your hand in order to search your deck for any card and put it in your hand. And Scyther and Defender in there. Yeah, the old Pokemon TCG has a lot of search in it. Pretty sure Oak was an uncommon if I go to Card Album. There's Oak. Yeah, that's a diamond. Seriously, thanks for the boosters, though. More Scythers. But yeah, really, it's... I figured I would do this on stream because I thought it was funny. That's all. Pokeball. Like, this is definitely something I could have done off, but I figured, no, it's funnier to just do all the opening here. Pokemon Breeder, because then I can talk about the cards as I open them, like Pokemon Breeder. Pokemon Breeder is a card that exists in the current game, but in the current game it's known as Rare Candy. Put a stage 2 evolution from your hand on the matching basic Pokemon. Play this only if you would be allowed to evolve that Pokemon. Anyway, this allows you to evolve a Squirtle into a Blastoise. This allows you to evolve a Nidorino into a Nidoking, or a Nidorino into a Nidoqueen. It's very important for those decks. Yeah, they changed the name likely because of the item and supporter differences. Again, this game doesn't have those. This game is just, like, basic, you know, like, there are trainer cards, like Bill here. You can play any number of trainer cards in a turn. There are Pokemon, and there are, energy. Yeah, there's Nidoran and Nidoran and there's the two different Nidorans. Do-do-do-do-do-do. At least this is hyper quick. It is not IRL cards. I wish I had an apology for you, but sadly there wasn't a like specifically GBC like spot for it on Twitch. So Pinsir's not as good as Scyther, sadly. Snorlax is pretty cool. Snorlax is 90 HP, thick-skinned, which means, oddly enough, Snorlax can't become asleep, confused, paralyzed, or poisoned. This power can't be used if Snorlax is already asleep, confused, or paralyzed. You... I don't know if the muck exists in this that shuts down powers. How we doing? Okay, we need oaks. That's what we're missing. We haven't gotten a single oak from this endeavor. Once we get the oaks, then we're done with this part of the endeavor, which is gonna be quick. Hey, Clefairy Doll. Clefairy Doll is a basic Pokemon. This is a very important card for Do the Wave. It counts as a Pokemon, it has no attacks, but if it's knocked out, it doesn't count as a knockout. Yep. Fossil was the last set in this. Oh, Electabuzz. Electabuzz is very powerful in the old game. I'm gonna quick pull up Electabuzz to talk about that one. Because Electabuzz is one that we could probably build around. Electabuzz here is a basic. It's one of the basics that was very powerful for just being a basic with a decent attack. 10 damage and Thunder Shock, but then also the 2 energy attack, which was 30 plus 10 or 30 and 10 to itself. For the deck that was Electabuzz, Scyther, and Hitmonchan, better known as Haymaker. How do I get out of here? Here, alright, we got one oak there. That's good. So, I'm thinking about what we want to build. There's, alright, 2 oak. Alright, looks like we just had to roll the dice a little better, is all. Welcome to opening packs, by the way. This is the experience of opening packs in real life, as well. Very much like Chandelar? Yeah, very much like Chandelar. Let me see if I can show off some of the GB only cards. Because those are really cool. They're all like random effects. Ooh, Item Finder. Item Finder is like computer search, but it's sort of like computer search. It lets you recur things. It has the same cost, is why I say it. This was reprinted as Dowsing Machine in the current game. Though I say quite a while ago. Like, I say reprinted, but Dowsing Machine is quite an old card, so... Does old TCG have anything you'd call Power 9? Yes. Things like Oak, things like Bill. Hey, Charizard. Let me pull up the cards that I would call, like, the power cards in this game. Which we're going to be building around here in a moment. We have Oak. No cost, discard your hand, draw 7. We have Bill. No cost, draw 2 cards. We have, let me find, Energy Removal, which is effectively a Stone Rain, but no cost. We have Computer Search, which can find any card in your deck. Again, the cost of discarding 2 cards. Other than that, no cost. Like, it doesn't have, like, a you play once a turn, no restriction, I guess. Any card. I don't know if I'd say Plus Power and Defender are in that realm, but Item Finder as well. Recursion, you can pick up anything from any trainer from your discard. Gust of Wind as well is quite good at making this poor Weedle fly into the sky. Other than that, yeah, that seems like our cards. Oh right, I have to actually go to cancel and leave that menu. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a deck out of these here. Yeah, what we're going to be doing is building a deck out of these cards and seeing what we can... Like, I want to show off a bunch of different decks in the game. And that's what I want to do today with the game. Oh, there's our Oak. Okay, we're done. Cool. Alright. That only took... Like, that took about as long as I thought. Anyway, so from here, we're going to actually go build a new deck. And we're going to try to build something different. You can see we have a lot of copies of certain cards now. We have 25 Pikachus. What about the other 2 packs? I'm not doing that now. That's fine. I can, but I will leave those for the cards we get. Oh, did I not actually get a 4th Oak? Oh, no. Oh, it's in my other deck. Right, hold on. Cards can only be in one deck at a time. So let's actually null out this deck for the moment, and we'll build it from here. So the first thing I want to do when doing deck building in this game is finding some sort of, like, game plan and building it out from there. I don't know. Oh, okay, I can't dismantle this one flat. I had to check. So we want to find our, we want to find our focus. We want to find our... What is our plan? What are we building around? Are we going to build around a certain evolution line? Are we going to build around a certain type? And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take the plan we have here, which is the Squirtle line, and we're going to pump it up. So we're going to go ahead and play 4-4-3. I could do less of these, but... We're gonna try building around this first. So what we need is we've got Blastoise, and this is the centerpiece of the deck. So Blastoise I talked about is the fool. Ah, I love Charizard. It's the most powerful Pokemon. But then, the knowledgeable person knows that Blastoise is truly the cool one. Because Blastoise beats up on Charizard. See, it's a circle. Anyway, so Hydro Pump wants us to have a bunch of water energy on this Pokemon, and also lets us attach it with Rain Dance. What we want to have these, and we want to have good attackers that go with it. So we need to take a look through our Pokemon and find ones that fit well with this. There are rare candies. We'll be seeing those. So we need to find other Pokemon to go with it. I think we could do Magikarp Gyarados? And Lapras sounds good, too. How about Vaporeons? So this Vaporeon has GB as its set. That means it is a Game Boy card. This one doesn't. This one is oddly enough one that doesn't have a specific like ability on it, or like a random ability on it. All right, so I think this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna use Magikarp, Gyarados, Lapras. I want more Laprases for this deck, but the Lapras looks very good. And that's gonna be our Pokemon lineup. All right, and then we'll work from there. The next thing I want to do is add in our trainers. We're first going to be playing 4X Professor Oak and 4X Bill, for obvious reasons. We want to play Pokemon Breeder. Put a Stage 2 evolution card from your hand onto the matching basic Pokemon. Only play this card when you would be allowed to evolve. That one we want heavily, because of how powerful it is for letting us get to Blastoise quickly. It might be a dead card, but we can get rid of dead cards. We can get rid of those easily. We're also going to play the Trader so that we can find our Pokemon a little more effectively. We can also play... We can skip Wartortle, yes. We're going to play our computer searches, again, to find our cards we need. We're going to play Item Finder to recur our cards we want. I think I'm going to include... I think we're going to go 16 energy. I could go lower and play energy searches. I guess I'll do that, actually. We don't need double colorless. Other trainers we definitely could include just for being powerful. Our energy removal. We also could include, and we will, Gust of Wind to pull things off of the bench so that they can't set up. Plus Power and Defender are cards that are worth thinking about a lot of the times. What else do we have? That's probably the big ones. Kind of want to play some energy retrievals as well. Let's lower that. Yeah, we'll play some energy retrievals, because we're definitely going to be discarding our energy to our wheels. Between a static refill and Wheel of Fortune, what's a stronger effect in the abstract? The wheel in this game is very the wheel, so we're talking about Professor Oak here, is very powerful because you still have ways of interacting with your discard, even though they're not a lot. You only really have Item Finder, and you have Revive to pick up basics. Yes, I do. That was a demo. I think my favorite is the Moltres, and the Moltres and Zapdos are my favorites. The Articuno is also quite good, from what I remember. Maintenance is shuffle 2 cards in your hand to draw a card. Really toned down for, like, wow, you know? Compare this to Bill. Anyway, this is gonna be our deck. Alright. Well, we know Chris here is from the different club, so let's see how Fighting Chris does. Muscles for brains! Alright. Well, our opening hand has a lot of power in it. Is Mewtwo in this game? Yes. Let's go Squirtle active and Magikarp bench. Hey, Wartortle. That's nice. So I think that means I'm going to wait on my, I could play Professor Oak and discard this hand, but I don't want to because I have the Wartortle already. So I'm going to wait. Alright, we're fighting against a Meowth. Oh, a Tauros on the bench. Alright. So we've got energy removal. We'll go ahead and play that to get rid of the energy on there. We'll play our Wartortle out. We will go ahead and play an energy search out. And play that energy on Wartortle. And then we'll go ahead and use, do I want to Gust? Kinda want to Gust. I'm gonna Gust the Tauros into the active. I want to kill the Tauros first anyway. So let's play Oak. And what do we get? Oh, there's Gyarados. We have another Oak, we have a Pokemon Breeder, we have a Computer Search. So next turn we can Computer Search to go find Blastoise. And get Blastoise rolling. That'll be good. And we'll also be able to play an Oak to just redraw our hand. So, we'll play defensively here. We'll be drawing 7 a lot. Ooh, they have their own energy removal! Uh-oh. Fine then. Alright, well, let's go ahead and play Computer Search. I'm gonna discard Pokemon Breeder and our other Computer Search for this. Actually, maybe I'll discard the Item Finder. Anyway, we'll discard the Breeder at least. And, yeah, let's go with Item Finder. And hopefully, like, all our Blastoises aren't prized or anything like that. So we got Blastoise out with Rain Dance. So we go to Pokemon Power. Okay, we don't need to select it to use it. Good. That's actually kind of funny because in the TCG Online, you actually do have to select it to use it. So anyway, let's just attach some Water Energy. Let's attach some Water Energy. Let's play a Professor Oak. The more things change, the more they stay the same, really. Let's play a Water Energy. Let's play an Energy Search. So our attack, Hydro Pump, 40 damage, plus 10 for each water energy attached to it, but only 20 additional. So, we're doing 60, and oh, would you look at that, our opponent's health is 60. Not using the builds because I don't need to. So from here, we are set up and ready to go. We just get to run down with our Blastoise. So that's basically how the game works. That's how the Pokemon TCG worked in the old days. You did some very busted stuff. Champ. More Gust of Wind. Okay, that's one fighting master out of the way. It's also how it works in the current days. I said the more things change, the more they stay the same. What nature is your Blastoise? Ooh, hi, Ishihara. It's a modest one. Alright. So So let's, well, we built a deck for it. Let's go crush him at the Fire Club, right? I feel like that's a good thing to do. We built a water deck. Hold on, I want to read that again. Training's so boring. Hey! Slyo, it's you again. Alright, let's duel Jessica. 4 prizes. Oh, they're hyper fighting. Oh, well, looks like we have a Magikarp. Sure hope things aren't too bad. Oh dear. I'm glad they didn't have a plus power. They could have ended the game right there. I'm going to energy removal Rattata. We're going to power up, hold on, what are all your Pokemon in play? I need to see your Pokemon in play. Machop also is, oh boy. Let's... Goodbye, Blastoise. We need an Oak. Only Oak can save us now. We're gonna just do it. Should I play that water energy? Nah, let's just do it. Oh, that did not go well, because I don't think I can play... Yeah, I cannot play that this turn. I gambled and lost. Flail. We're gonna get owned. Don't have energy. Don't do it. No! And it's time to get crushed. I'm surprised we didn't take the loss on turn 1. You can take a turn 1 loss. Alright. Let's get ready. Match 2. I want the rematch. No basics. Ooh, I gotta build the other deck. I gotta build, like, the stupid deck. Yeah, usually the Magikarp trainer does have more than one carp. Oh god! All of our... Alright. That's fine. Okay, we're playing first at least this time. And there's a Squirtle. Okay. Absolutely Hydride, but this is a deck of necessity, not of all things. Okay, Pokemon Trader's very good here. So we're gonna switch our Blastoise out for... I think I'm gonna switch it out for a... I could go grab a Gyarados and evolve into that, but I think I'm just gonna grab a Wartortle. Wartortle. Alright. So, alright, our Magikarp has fought bravely. Goodbye, Magikarp. Anyway, here comes Blastoise. So we're gonna play Blastoise. We're going to computer search. Discarding our Gust of Winds to find the power of... Hello, Professor. We'll discard our 0 cards to draw 7. Perfect. Oh, even better. Professor, keep it going. Bill. That'll be enough for a knockout. Bill. I don't need to overcommit. Peek. They looked at the top card of my deck. Oh no. Yeah, 60 damage is the most that we can get out of Blastoise. Which, like, 70... We actually might want to include some plus powers in the deck. Because 70 is a pretty key number. 70 is like Hitmonchan and things like that. I think from here we just go ahead and, you know, knock things out. Charizard can do 120, like, it involves discarding 2 of the energy on Charizard, though. Bill. Cool. Another scoop up is good. The Hitmonchan never hurt anybody. I'm going home. Oh, alright. Ken, the Fire Club Master, wants to battle. Alright, Ken. Well, okay, that was a demo. It's for fire, but in this game, the double colorless only counts as one of the 2 energy to discard. So if you're on 2 double colorless, you have to discard both. Then we get the boss fight. Yeah, Ken wouldn't fight us before because we didn't have a big enough collection. Okay. I'm gonna use this energy removal. It's very unlikely we were locked out of Blastoise with 6 prizes. I'm gonna go ahead and use a Oak here. I'm just fine discarding that hand. I want to get more things on the bench. Oh, and we got the same stuff back. Right, let's build it up. Energy search. Ooh, a breeder. Okay. We have a breeder and a computer search, so we can just go ahead and, like, breeder into, what we need. Won't be this turn, though. This turn, I think, this one counts as our first, so... Alright. So it is turn 2, and I'm going to go ahead and play Computer Search. We're going to discard the War Turtle. We don't need it anymore. And we're going to discard the Energy Search. I'll discard the Item Finder. And we'll grab a Blastoise. Then we play our Pokemon Breeder, Blastoise, select, evolve our Squirtle. And now, we are very powerful. And then from here, this is where we just crush, right? Like, the game is actually over right here. 6 prizes, we only needed 2. Thank you, Ken. The fire metal. And we'll get some packs of stuff we don't have. I left these off because I wanted us to still be getting things like Moltres here, who has you discard any number of fire energy attached to Moltres when you use this attack. If you do, discard that many cards at the top of your opponent's deck. And then Dive Bomb is 80 on a coin flip. Mr. Fuji is important for Chansey levels shenanigans. Double Carlos is very good. And we get another mystery pack. Pokemon Center. Pokemon Center is actually probably playable in the Venusaur deck. Oh, hey. I was going Ronald. Oh, alright. I'm ready to... I'm Ronald deck. Alright, Ronald. If that is your real name. Okay, we're starting things off. Oh, we start with a Wartortle. Wow, you have a Lapras in the opener? Alright. I think I'm actually going to comp search for a Magikarp. We really want that Magikarp. And we'll Oak next turn. Alright. Set up that Lapras. Okay, I'm actually going to set this one up on the Magikarp, which is going to become a Gyarados. And then we're going to Oak. Despite everything, it's still Ronald deck. Oh, well, what's Bill? Hey, Bill. Wartortle, okay. Then we have a Breeder. I'm gonna wait here on this. We're gonna Energy Search, though. Just for the shuffle. I'm not going to evolve. What's your other bench Pokemon? Growlithe. Oh, I could pull that into the active. That wouldn't be bad. I'll pull in the active later. I want to damage this. So I'm not evolving the Squirtle yet. Specifically because we wouldn't have a good attack on the turn. Okay, a Charmander on the bench. I'm just gonna do 10 with Water Gun. That's fine. That's only gonna be a 3-round knockout. Oak. I don't actually want to Oak with this hand, though. I want to set up this Gyarados. Next turn, I'll be able to attack with the Gyarados. Let's Energy Removal Charmander. I don't want you to have that option. And then... I'm still going to wait on the Wartortle. I want to attack. Alright. So next turn is going to be our big turn. What we're going to do next turn is... First... Oh, there's another Oak. First things first, we're going to retreat into Gyarados. We're going to play an energy on Gyarados. Now Gyarados is able to use its Dragon Rage attack, which is 50 damage, which, oh, would you look at that, is the remaining health on Lapras. We're now going to evolve into Wartortle. And from here, I think I'm going to just attack and get the knockout. Next turn, I will, Yep, we get another Gyarados. So we're gonna try to knock out the Charmanders that have energy. Ooh, they've got their own Oak. What is the effect on Dragon Rage? None. It's 50 damage. Bubble Beam has a coin flip paralysis effect. Yeah, the fact that Dragon Rage does 50 and not 40 is really weird. Alright, hey, time to call in the professor. I would, Count of Kittens. Yeah. Oh, we have 7. Look at this hand. I don't know. Okay, we got Pot of Greed, pick up any card from our discard, pick up 2 energy from our discard, pick up any card from our discard. I say any card on these, but it's not a Pokemon. These games would be so much better if, like, Bubble had a 50% flinch. Yeah. Let's Bill. Energy Search. And keep Bill. Use Bill. Look at Pokemon Duel. I don't know that one. That one doesn't ring a bell. We're just knocking out this Charmander, though. So after this, I'm going to build a different deck, and we're going to try to build around something other than just our setup here. Oh! Look at the bone! But we have a resistance, so it's okay. We resist fighting, because we are a flying type. So this is why adding a plus power to the deck would probably be worthwhile, if we did a second run of this. Because then because plus power lets you, like, shift your damage number up, you know? All of a sudden, what would be a 2-hit knockout is a 1-hit knockout. Defender works sort of the same way, but in reverse. Let's play energy removal, so we can remove this from Charmander back there. We'll take out their only Pokemon. It is a real threat. And we're just going to have Gyarados kind of steamroll from here, I believe. I don't think there's going to be any real threat from this point forward. Ooh, they're powering up a Charmander in the back. So that's not going to fly. They're trying to, like, sacrifice their Growlithe to power up a Charmander to maybe get the knockout. But Gust of Wind lets us just... No dice. Hey, Blastoise. Finally. Same. I love that skull's very cool. I'm very happy with it. So let's go ahead and put down our Blastoise finally, and power up the Blastoise. Power up the base cannon. So, I guess the question is, what do we want to build next? The prized Magikarp. Decision. 14 cards left in deck. It's a Jigglypuff. We got a Jigglypuff. So let's take a look at the Jigglypuff. Oh, let's write in the diary quick. so Jigglypuff 12 is what we're looking for. It is from, it is a promotional card. You see it doesn't even have a set on it. Remove 1 damage count from Jigglypuff, 20 damage to itself. Do I have enough psychic energy for... I do not. Do I own the Mewtwo yet? I do not. I only own the Mew. Someday I'll own the Mewtwo. So let's go ahead and go to, Alright, so let's... I've been talking about the Haymaker deck. I should put that together. Let's do that. So we're gonna dismantle the deck because I only have the one set of cards, so I need to dismantle the deck. I'm gonna kind of build that Haymaker deck I was talking about. So the cards important to that are cards that have a high base HP and the ability to deal a reasonable amount of damage for 1 or 2 energy attachments. We can save your deck lists. How do you pull that off? Maybe the computer? Oh, at the lab. Oh, right, yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember that. Alright, so let's quick... Hey. No, big computer, right? Big computer. You're the one I want. Deck save machine. Save a deck. Squirtle Squad. Alright, cool. This is really important to be able to like, switch between decks because your card collection, like, you only can have one deck. Like, your card can only be in one deck. So, anyway, let's go ahead and build that Haymaker deck I was talking about. Alright, so, what we want to do... First things first, the first change I'm going to need to make for that. We don't need the breeders or the trader. We will need 4 energy surge. Probably don't need the retrievals, though. I'm going to include plus powers in this deck. So the Pokemon in this deck is based around, in name, are the Hitmonchan is kind of the star here. Hitmonchan deals 20 damage for 1 energy attachment, can go up to 40 damage if you need to in a pinch, and has 70 base HP. The next one we want to include is a friend over here named Scyther. Scyther's here for Slash plus Swords Dance, making use of double colorless energy. Maybe not perfect for what we're doing here, but I think worth taking a look at. We also want Electabuzz, whose first ability attack is not the greatest, it's the same as Bubble, but the second attack is 30 plus 10 or 30 to itself, so, which I can show off the abusableness of. Other Pokemon we can include, Machop is like a budget Hitmonchan, that might be who I want to include to fill out the list. Put in the DCs. And then, are there any Pokemon in here I might want to include? A Meowth. Or do I own a Farfetch'd? This is the Farfetch'd that only gets 1 attack with its first one. Fossil Magmar. Oh, we've only got one Fossil Magmar, but you're right. Fossil Magmar is quite good for this. So, the thing is that there's one of these... There's basically every type kind of has one of these. That's like a basic Pokemon. It's a basic Pokemon that plays very well on its own. Magmar here. Lapras was one in here we saw. Psychic has a number. Mewtwo's kind of one I can think of that plays on its own, but... where's Mr. Mime? We don't own a Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime's the one that's a big jerk there. We could include, like, a Grass Energy or two. Let's do that. And I think we will include for our final card... Well, that should be fine. Pokemon Center? Sure. The music the music in this game gets stuck in my head a lot. Alright. Actually, ooh, hold on. I'm actually going to change the deck a little bit. I want to include one last card in here as a 4-of, so that I can show off its usefulness. It may have. The March of Time has eaten your skull, Gnome. Alright. So if we have a deck that has, like, I don't actually know where we want to go next for punching, you know? Like, lightning we could make a good use of. Like, actually, hold on, let's go to the challenge hall and see if something's going on there. Oh, visit us another time. Pokemon TCG Challenge Cup. Alright, let's go see what we can do at the Lightning Club, because punching at the Lightning Club is good. Thank you for the sub. You gotta be the Grandmaster! Which Electabuzz do you want? I might not actually have one of those. I will duel your Pikachu deck. Alright, looks like Meowth is it! Oh no, it's a flying Pikachu! Oh! Alright. So this is a, this Pikachu is resistant to fighting. And a surfing Pikachu! In no surf. One summer, a group of Pikachus was found riding the waves at the local beach. What about the flying Pikachu? By learning how to fly, Pikachu overcame its weakness to fighting Pokemon. Well, ground type, but you know, we're not gonna mince words here. Alright, Bill, help me out. Bill, help me out. Computer search, help me out. We're gonna go find Electabuzz. I'm gonna actually set up Meowth to attack. If only flying Raichu. Wouldn't that be sweet, Ty? Like... that would rule. I mean, we do have at least, like... Luckily, in the year of our Lord 2017, we do have Surfing Raichu, but... Anyway. Oh, they've got Bill. Alright, so they've got a paralysis. It's fine. I'm gonna power up Electabuzz, then. I got here late. Can you explain the prize thing? You're like, this is a 4-prize game. Yeah, the trainers themselves choose how many prizes a game is. So this is a 4-prize game because the trainer isn't a boss. Most of the, like, just trainers around the area that aren't club leaders are, like, 3 to 4 prizes. They're just the, like, after you draw your 7, you just put, like, the top however many cards of your deck aside, and that's how many prizes you're playing for. Generally, in the actual game of Pokemon, you play for 6. Yes, official is 6. In this game, the only time you play for 6 is against gym leaders, the club rulers. In tournaments, which are like at the Challenge Club, against your rival, and then against the fake Elite Four. How do prizes work, though? Whenever you knock out a Pokemon, you take a prize. And by take a prize, I mean you choose one of your face-down cards, and pick that and put it into your hand. You win the game once there are no more prizes remaining on your side of the field. They're face down, and you don't know what the card is until you choose it. Cat Punch. Oh, potion. So the prizes are the way the TCG is emulating knocking out 6 Pokemon to win, because otherwise I could just play like my deck of 20 Magikarps is undefeatable because you just keep knocking out Magikarps and they never go away. Obviously you can't play 20 Magikarps, but you get my point. Like, but yeah, as that was the demo. Oh man, it's just the normal Pikachu. Look at it. Look at that normal Pikachu. I love it. I miss the big old, like, chubby Pikachu. It's great. I love that Pikachu. The like, it's such a good Pikachu. Alright, well, let's just keep attacking. Okay, we don't really have a ton going on here. I could use plus powers, but I really don't think we need to. Let's just Cat Punch. So we're kind of... The Cat Punch deals 20 damage at random to an opponent's Pokemon, so it lets us kind of knock out their setting up Pokemon without having to do any, like, sort of... Like, without their Pokemon in the active being very big threat. Which is nice. Yeah. I think I'm gonna use a plus power next turn. Ooh, Pokeball. Pfft, energy Search, just what I needed. That was the missing piece. More energy. More energy! Down. Up. Down. Up. Oh, it doesn't affect... Oh, that actually doesn't work. Okay, you're right. So, I got to show off a thing. in play area. The plus power only ups the number on the right side. Like, so this doesn't actually say 20, it just says does 20 damage. So, plus power doesn't up that. Because it's not, it's dealing, like, effect damage. Basically. So, anyway, let's put Hitmonchan on the bench and start powering up Hitmonchan. Anyway. We're still just kind of, like, bopping them in the back. Energy removal. I'm gonna energy remove this. Wow, look at how damaged their bench is. Also, look at that Pikachu. Oh my god, that Pikachu is, like, powered up. That's scary as heck. Pika power. Pika Pika Choo Choo, Pika Pika Choo Choo, Pika Pika Choo Choo. Oh! Pika Pika Choo Choo, Pika Pika Choo Choo. Alright, I want this Pikachu knocked out, so I'm actually going to switch into... We're gonna retreat into Electabuzz and knock it out. We'll just do the 10 damage. Plus power works with Cat Punch only if it hits the active. Oh, okay. Electabuzz took 10 damage. Kinda want to draw a Pokeball here. Okay, I'm gonna show off a feature, I think. Let me... set up the Meowth. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought it was that all effect damage didn't get affected by it. Anyway, so I should be able to... Let me see if this is the right order for it. We're gonna Thunder Punch. Okay, 10 damage to yourself. So I'm gonna quick do this. We're gonna reset. Oh, I can't do a soft reset on here? Let's see if this works. Continue duel. So this continues from the point where you reset the game. So if you quit in the middle of a game, it brings up that that screen. They'll like, you know, like, oh, and it goes back to the beginning of the turn. Or I actually think it might go back to like what your action was previously. We'll see. So we're gonna discard Hitmonchan and Lightning Energy to go grab a Pokeball. Alright? So Pokeball is gonna burn a coin flip for us. Oh, I hard reset, so it reset the everything. Oh, no. Oh, I can't do this on this, because I can't soft reset. Can I... Hold on, can I... Oh, no. It doesn't work on this. Because that should burn off a coin toss, is what it should be doing. Nuts. Yeah. Oh, well. Because you should be able to burn off the coins like that. Like, basically, you use a Pokeball, like, you reset, use a Pokeball, and then it uses the, like, the next coin flip. Like, it knows that it's a failure. And so it just uses it. Anyway, whatever. It's fine. We'll not worry about it. Mostly because it doesn't matter here. We're still going to be getting the knockouts. I feel bad about that, though. That's definitely a feature of this game, is abusing the coin flips and using, like, Pokeball to sidestep them. Anyway. We have beaten Pikachus. We have defeated the pile of Pikachus. Ooh, mystery packs. That's actually really good. Ooh, Alakazam. Alakazam is very powerful in, like, a defensive style deck. You can move all of your damage counters onto a specific Pokemon with no energy and use Pokemon Center. You can move all your energy, all of it onto, like, a Chansey, all your damage onto Chansey, and then pick up the Chansey with any sort of way to pick it up. Scoop up Mr. Fuji. Alakazam's attack isn't actually that good. Oh man, look at those eggs. Like those eggs. Oh, and we get a Pikachu too now. This is Jungle Pikachu. Jungle Pikachu does not have the 1 and 2. I think it's like non-Thundershock, or the 2 attacks on the base one. And we get another mystery pack. Yes! That's actually quite good for us. We get a Lapras. And another energy removal. This is very good. Alright. So let's... Hold on, Nicholas. I would like to make one alteration to my deck. And that is... I want to add in that other energy removal I just got. Or cut the Pokeball if that doesn't work. We'll add in another Meowth, I think. I like Cat Punch. It's a good attack. Alright, Nicholas. So yeah, this is 4 prizes just... Oh boy, boom boom, self-destruct die. Nicholas, what are you doing? That looks very similar to a hand. Also, that's 7 energy. Oh my goodness. Man, opening hand of 7 lands? Sure is a good thing you can mulligan 7 lands in this game. Alright, well, we're just starting with Hitmonchan, and that's all we got. Let's see if we start. We do. It's a Geodude. So, with plus power, you can... So if I get the knockout here, and my opponent only had the 1 Pokemon on the bench, that is what is called in the game of Pokemon TCG as a donk. I've heard it referred to. You donk your opponent by knocking out their first Pokemon when they only put out 1 Pokemon, that's usually a pre-evolution, on turn 1. In the actual TCG, you can't attack on turn 1 anymore. On your own turn, if you're first player, you cannot attack. But there are still ways to get the donk with Pokemon such as, I think it's Latios, or no, is it Latios EX? One of the 2 Latio, I don't remember which of the 2. It has an attack that can be used on first turn for 40 damage. So you can get the donk. They definitely did it to avoid the donk, in the actual card game. Anyway, also I enjoy that donk is the word for it. Latios, okay. Ooh, a gust of wind, eh? You could also conceivably kill a low HP Pokemon with items. Yeah, like, what card had that coughing art? Hold on, let me show you that coughing. This was an actual... This was a coughing. I'm pretty dang sure this is just a... like, one of the base coughings. Yeah. Coughing! Hypnotoxic Laser is the card I'm thinking of, yeah. Alright. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're actually going to force the coughing out. Gust of wind. Give me that coughing. It does. Everything looks really goofy in the digital, but I really like how they, like, what they had to do for it, you know? Yeah, first or second set. Yeah. I don't quite remember which, but anyway, we can special punch and knock out the coughing. Hey, an oak. That's nice. Our hand's kind of garbage right now. Oh no. Alright. Ooh, a Graveler. Hi. How you doing? So, Graveler's attack is that it just takes 30 less damage. I'm a Professor Oak here. We want a new hand. Oh, hold on. We can plus power. And then, with plus power, we'll deal 20 damage. Or, oh no, Harden isn't... Oh, is Harden a flip? I thought Harden was just take 30 less damage. Oh no, is it take if you take... I didn't read the card. I don't read! Pretty sure it's if you would take 30 or less damage, prevented. I didn't have a search. Item Finder isn't a search. Item Finder is a pickup from the discard. It's a slightly different card. This one right here. Very good, though. I don't know what part of that deck was lightning. There's probably a Voltorb in the deck. Hey, another computer search. Heck yeah, this card's busted. And a Nidorino. I like Nidorino. Oh, Magneton. Okay. Let us modify the deck, and we're going to go ahead and add in our third computer search. I think we'll cut out one of the Scythers. Wonder what Isaac is doing. Let's do it, Brandon. Power generation. Okay, we get to start with a Hitmonchan against a deck that's hopefully about using electric Pokemon. Oh! I fell for a trap. Oh, heck. Rip my dumbass. So Zapdos is a bird, so it resists fighting. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the knockout. We're just gonna Gust of Wind and take the Voltorb. Because the Voltorb, we can punch it. It'll take 40 damage and die on turn 1. If they would have led with just Voltorb, we would have won the game. But they did not. Alright, let's go ahead and play out... We're gonna get a Scyther built up, I think. We get to... I'll show you that this attack doesn't do anything. So. Energy on the Zapdos. Alright, so what we're doing here, I'm going to go ahead and use... Put an energy onto... Hitmonchan. To allow us to retreat Hitmonchan. For Scyther. And Scyther is going to Swords Dance. That means that its next attack will deal double damage. We are going to... Let's bill first before we computer search. We're going to computer search, discarding some energy for the ability to find a double colorless. We'll play out the double colorless energy on Scyther. Then we'll Oak. And hopefully find energy removal. Here we go. There we go. We can set this bird back. Get back, bird. Be gone, bird. So its base damage is doubled, so it will deal 60 with this slash. Yeah, it basically is, Ty. I could have kept going as well, but this is not a deck that, like, I need to with, so... This is a deck that plays very low to the ground. We're going to go ahead and play out another Hitmonchan. We're going to power up that Hitmonchan. We got a lot of Hitmonchans on the board. We don't need to power up at all to knock out the bird, though, so we can just slash and take it out. Okay, Scyther thankfully fixed our problems and allowed us to find our way around. They have an Electabuzz that has some energy, though. So that Electabuzz with energy could be a little bit of a problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use energy removal, get rid of the energy on it. Then we're going to use Item Finder to discard a Gust of Wind and an Energy Search to pick up our energy removal again, throw our opponent directly into the toilet, and, like, make sure that they actually cannot do anything at all. We'll just keep attacking from here. We'll be able to keep them, if they play anything, like if they continue to play more energy on the things, we can just computer search and, like, pick up, more energy removals and keep them, just completely, just push farther and further into the grave. Yeah. I love it. Alright, well... Oh, opponent can't attack next turn. Alright. Well... Let's grab a fighting energy and set up a different, Hitmonchan. I think I can just retreat, though, into Hitmonchan. Free retreat. And then, if we play out plus power... Let me check the weakness on this. Weak fighting. Hold on, I want to see if what I can do here. Discard Electabuzz, discard Gust of Wind, go find plus power, Professor Oak, draw 7 more cards. Let's play a Bill. Plus power, item finder, discarding that and that. Pick up a... So all our plus powers are in play right now, right? Item finder for computer search. Computer search for plus power. Plus power number 4, and now we're at, 80 damage. Alright. That's probably enough. I think on the key turn, our deck can just play all 4 plus powers at any point, right? Hey, it's a Zapdos. That's a pretty key card to get out of this. Discard all energy in order to use Thunderbolt. Yeah. Yes! Okay, Chansey. Heck yeah, Chansey. Chansey's very good. Alright, let's see if our friend here is willing to play now. Alright, Isaac. 6 prizes. We got a mulligan. No Pokemon to start with. Again, we don't have the drawback on the mole. Like, our opponent doesn't get... Oop! Sweet, we got a Hitmonchan to start. Sure hope that the Hitmonchan... I should have started with Scyther. That was an incorrect move. Maybe I'll get punished. Because Scyther is free retreat, so I could switch into whatever one is more beneficial. If my opponent, for instance, has Zapdos as their lead. They do not. They have Kangaskhan as their lead. Interesting. Well. This should be 40? Yeah, 40 weakness. So we can knock this out next turn. So we're going to set up Electabuzz next. And we're going to go and use the plus power to get the knockout. 50. Plus power's after weakness and resistance. Hey, computer search, hell yeah. Okay, Magnemite only has... Ooh, is it going to get the Paralyze? It is. Dang. That's an annoyance. Because I have the knockout on Magnemite if I don't have the Paralysis. Let's play a Lightning Energy on Electabuzz, and then we're going to computer search for an Oak. Oh, that's a heads, yeah. Alright. Good move. Double colorless is something I can just throw on the Scyther. Kinda want to computer search one of my double colorless on a fighting energy. Just to go find myself a backup Hitmonchan. Okay, there's a Tails. So we're setting up backup Hitmonchan for when first Hitmonchan goes down. Goodbye, Magnemite. Oh! Self-destruct! Interesting thing there is that they got to draw their prize first. Now let's just keep punching Electabuzzes. It seems to be working pretty well for us. We're at 4 prizes taken. We only need 2 more. And they only have this Electabuzz left. Yep. Oh dear. More coin flips. Heck. I haven't kept up with the TCG since this game. What do the types look like now? They added in Dark, Steel, and Fairy as their own specific types. Dark and Steel were added when Gold and Silver came out. Fairy was obviously added much, much later. Dragon is its own Pokemon type, but not energy type. And that's all the types of Pokemon. The game itself looks very... Yeah, Dragon's a fake-ish type. Like, there's no Dragon energy, like, just flat. Dragon Pokemon use, like, different Pokemon energies for their attacks. Like, Salamence needs water and fire. Whereas Hydreigon needs Psychic and Dark if I'm remembering mine right. Yeah, they're basically multicolor. However, the game itself is very much, as far as like doing Professor Oaks and Bills and drawing your entire deck, that's basically the norm. You're a little more restricted in it. How shocking! Dot, dot, dot. Give me that lightning metal. Hey, a mystery pack. Heck yeah. Hey, Raichu with Giga Shock. Choose 3 of your opponent's Pokemon and does 10 damage to each of them. Yeah. It is still how it goes. Shaman is finally rotating, though, so, but, which means, like, it'll be a little less ludicrous, with that rotation. Yes, 3rd Lapras. Heck yeah. And a Mr. Fuji. Alright. So, that's 3. I think we want to build a new deck now. I think that's what we're going to do after each of these clubs. We're going to build a new deck. So let's go save this deck in the deck machine. Save all in the mind. And we can build something new. That sounds fun. Yeah, Challenge Cup after this, I know. Do I just have one Nidoking? I just have one Nidoking. Heck, I like Nidoking a lot. I think it's a very good Pokemon. What Nidoqueen? Or, no, is that still over here? Oh yeah, they're both in here. I don't know Nidoking or... I don't know either. I only have one Nidoking. Yeah, there's the other Nidoran. I was thinking looking at Psychics, because these days, the Nidoran line is in Psychics. Take a look at the metal decks. Sure. Science metal, fire metal. Insert the fire metal. Build a deck. Yeah, so the metals will turn on these deck machines. And they have a bunch of different, like, decks based on that place. Ooh, Imposter Professor Oak. Your opponent shuffles his or her hand into her deck and then draws 7. Now, you might think, why would I ever want to do this? But sometimes my hand is 15 cards. You know? Sometimes it's just 15 cards. Also, there's a card called Lass that exists. And Lass here is one of the most powerful pieces of disruption in the game. Once you're set up, playing Lass is a very easy way to lock out a game. Like, once I have Rain Dance going, for instance, playing Lass to make sure that nobody has trainer cards is very good. Yeah. What other... Ah, cute Pokemon deck. Let's read the instructions. Looks like it plays Vaporeon, Flareon. Oh, look at the Pikachu! So this is the one I was talking about. I was talking about I think I said non-Thundershock, but it's Thunder Jolt on this Pikachu. Is there a Mill Plan? Not really. And then this one, which I like to refer to as the Super Mario RPG Pikachu. This one right here is definitely the Super Mario RPG Pikachu. Like, I realize it doesn't come across as well on the, like, look of that, but that is definitely, like, Malo's about to make a rain cloud over that Pikachu. We have this Pikachu, we have Flying Pikachu, Surfing Pikachu. There's 2 different Surfing Pikachus. Take a look at the difference. We have Surfing Pikachu and different Surfing Pikachu. If I threw the first round, my deck was illegal since Power Immunity was not allowed. Oh, no! Oh, and here's one of the Game Boy only cards. So, Friendship Song. Flip a coin. If heads, put a basic Pokemon card chosen at random from your deck onto your bench. And then, expand, 10 damage, and reduce damage incoming by 10. Wigglytuff's Do the Wave is a very powerful move. 10 damage plus 10 more for each of your benched Pokemon. I'd like to note how outdated Do the Wave is. There's a Pokemon in the current one, just to talk about, like, comparison to like, the current game. Professor Oak and Bill are, like, those sorts of cards have been made into supporters, so you have a once-a-turn restriction. What they did here is with Do the Wave, if I'm thinking of Audino, has 60 base damage for doing it. And then, if we look at Mega Rayquaza EX, gets plus 30 damage for each of your best bench Pokemon. So that is, rather than being 10 up to 60, it's 10 up to 160. And there's cards that let you bench up to 8 Pokemon instead of, like, it's very silly. Yeah, let's insert the rock metal. Oop, we can build Squeaky Mouse. Let's go play Squeaky Mouse. I'm not even gonna look at it. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Actually, no, let's go here. Hey. You. Let's battle, Aaron. I don't care, you play this. Alright, what do we got? Well, we have Raticate, Rattata, Pikachu, Rattata, Sandslash. Yeah. Well, it's interesting as well because, like, so Pokemon as a card game is not under control of Wizards of the Coast. I believe it was during Ruby Sapphire where they finally fully gave up control. I think that's right. Somebody, if somebody knows when they fully switched over to the Pokemon Company running things, I'm sure they'll let me know. But I think it's when Ruby and Sapphire started, they actually moved over to, like, Wizards gave up the rights, or like they reverted, I think is more correct. So. Ah, it's okay, it's Night March. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, they still, I think it was that they gave up, that the rights reverted and they wanted to do things themselves, so. We're gonna plus power to get the knockout. We're gonna Professor Oak to draw 7 cards, because why wouldn't we? EX series with EX Ruby and Sapphire was the first by the Pokemon Company International, not Wizards. Okay, good. I'm glad that I was not, like, making things up on that. Yep. And that was also the era where they did start pushing. I think that was near when we started seeing supporters in stadiums. That wasn't when they started, obviously. Stadiums, I think, were a thing from the Gym Leaders series. As far as, like, that goes. What do I want to do? Let's put a double Carlos on Raticate. We'll knock out this Pinsir. Oh, 20 damage and paralysis. They really like paralysis in this game, don't they? Pinsir barely looks like anything. Alright, well, let's potion to heal up. Let's put a fighting energy on our Pikachu so it can use its better attack. And we can't attack. We have a lot of fighting energy in our hand, that's for dang sure. Well, owned by Coin Flips, the Pokemon trading card game story. That Pinsir is a... Is this game still ruled by the tyranny of coins? Coin flips still exist on competitively played cards, but it is very few and far between. In the current TCG. There are still cards that are played, such as Crushing Hammer, which is a energy removal on a coin flip. But it's much, much rarer to see a coin flip like be on every single card. Much, much more so. Nope, Raticate's getting knocked out, so... Executor. Executor. Alright, they take their prize. We're gonna put a Pikachu out in the active. Pikachu, go. Hey, Sandshrew. I'm gonna do something with this energy. Oh, heck, this is the wrong... oh, no. I didn't mess up. I don't know what you're talking about. I totally didn't make a mistake. I didn't think that was a different Pikachu that has a different move. Anyway. Rattata. Hold on, let's check which Pikachu is which. So that's Spark Pikachu. And that's Gnaw Pikachu. Okay. Let's put Spark Pikachu ready. Anyway, we get Bite, so we get our knockout. Probably going to be dealing with their actual big Pokemon they've got. Oh. How we doing on coins today? Oh, looks like we're paying off dividends. Sweet! Everything's paying off. Alright, let's retreat into Spark Pikachu. And we're going to damage the Abra on the bench, actually. So what we're going for here is a double knockout. We only need 2 prizes to win, and knocking out that Executor is gonna suck. So, we're gonna not do that. We're just not going to. You know, we don't need to knock it out to win the game, so we're just avoiding that. So, Abra, some more damage. 20 and 10. So the game's the game still is a very straightforward game, but there is, like, strategy to the moves you need to make. So we're going to, like, avoiding having to fight Hypno or fight Executor is, you know, we're not winning if we don't do this, so... We get 2 knockouts. It's like winning by default. And this is just pack of energy, so... Alright, I'm going to go ahead and modify this deck, and we're gonna go ahead and make, a new one. So let's find something cool to build around. Let's be real here, about what we're doing. No problem, I am I will repeat this as much as I need to. I'm always happy to answer any questions about anything I'm talking about, you know? Don't worry about that. Yeah, 25 energy in this one. Okay, well, let's see... We only have one Alakazam. We could build around that. How about Machamp? Let's do Machamp. Would like to know if a fossil deck is viable. We can't yet. We don't have enough Mysterious Fossil to make that happen. I'm gonna build Machamp. Machamp is going to be helped out by our good friends Onix. Onix is just a good starter here with 90 HP to throw in the active. And our other starter, Hitmonchan. And those are going to be our active Pokemon for the game. And then Machamp here is one that needs a lot to get going. So let's go ahead and add in some of the breeders and traders. We only need, let's go with 2 breeders, they're not as necessary. We'll add in a Clefairy doll too. On Switch. And then just a pile of fighting energy. I kind of want to play like 14, so let's actually lower breeder down to 1, and let's not play the Clefairy doll. Alright, oh, hold on. First we need to do this. Then we go into there. Okay. Deck 001. How do we... Yeah. Somebody mentioned Fist of the North Star earlier. You are already oh! Damn! Eternal comes up with a way better name. Okay, so the music's here. That means that it's time. Like, that's such a better name. Hey, Ronald. The level 60 Mewtwo. We gotta get it. Alright. One match, 4 prizes. Yes. Let's go. Presently, Slyo. Ah, the etc. deck. Oh, well, that's fine. Looks like we're going to go ahead and keep mulliganing for a while. Mulliganing's free, so might as well keep doing it. Alright, Hitmonchan's all we got, and then we can add Bill to the bench. No. We can add fighting... No, okay, fine. Energy... It's fine. Oh, they've only got one for the bench, too. Alright. Ooh, we're on the opener. What do you got? Ghastly, hold on. Oh, God! Oh, okay. Heck. Biff. Heck. Yeah. Okay. Resistance fighting, by the way, is what I'm looking at. Somebody told our opponent. Now they know our secrets. Let's computer search. Goodbye, Hitmonchan. Goodbye. Fighting energy. Put a Machop on the bench. I'll do no damage. Okay. So... Wow, 50% sleep attack is horrible. Because sleep already has a 50% chance of failing after turns. Choke. Fighting energy on Hitmonchan. Energy removal on Ghastly. Let's use a plus power here. Play the Oak. Maybe I draw into a Gust. Bill, draw 2 more cards. Energy removal, energy search. Pokemon Trader actually seems pretty good. Trade away that to go find our Machamp. And we've already done all that. Let's play the energy search to get more energy out of the deck, to thin out our deck a little bit. And, I mean, we'll attack, but no damage. Ooh, a Gust of Wind. Okay, so I could sidestep it now. But we can actually do damage now, so... 10 damage. We'll get there. Coin flip for a search. Pokeball was the only trainer card in Jungle? I want to say it was the only trainer card in Jungle. Alright, go up to Machamp. Start powering up Machamp. I can punch ghosts. Don't tell me I can't punch a ghost. That's what this special punch is for. Punching ghosts. Resistance is a pretty big thing. In the current Pokemon game, resistance is only -20, but damage numbers are much higher in the game. So like, you know, -30 on a lot of attacks is just going to blank a setup, you know? Actually, computer search, discard. Give me the plus power, and special punch for 50. No, Caterpie. Cool. Yep, 10 damage. Maybe I should include a way around that in the deck. like the like paralysis. It's a very common thing in this game. The like just getting you with paralysis. Well, let's keep powering up Machamp. We can't attack here. Oh, a Diglett appeared. Okay, no paralysis. Or maybe including a switch or two would be a good way around it. That'd probably be the best way around it, is including a switch to be able to switch out. Alright, we only need one more prize to win here, and, oh, we do include a switch. I was smart. Huh. Thanks, Past Me. I'm glad that Past Me was on point with this. We'll use Machamp. Your demands were too late, because I now hear your demands right now, as the game has finished. Oh no, we're fighting Jonathan. Alright, so we get to menu between these. Reshuffle deck. Fire Club member. Hopefully we start with an Onyx. Neither player has any basics. Oh dear, they have super energy removal. So super energy removal is like energy removal, as in that it removes an energy, but it removes 2 energy at the cost of discarding one of your own. So it's a double Stone Rain. It's really, really powerful. Oh, there's the whole line. Sweet. We just have the whole line here. Oh, yeah, sorry. Discard an energy attached to a Pokemon. I just said discard an energy, and that's not actually right. Anyway, that's... Paralysis again! It keeps happening. Alright, well, I can do that too, you jerk. Alright, we're gonna energy search for a fighting energy and start setting out. So we can evolve out of that, but the problem is all of Machoke's attacks are 3 energy, so, or 3 or more, so... We can't actually do anything with that. Yeah, evolution cures paralysis. Alright, Machamp, what is your attack? It's 4. Whatever, let's evolve anyway. Machamp is here. The champ is here. Let's put a Jigglypuff out. Then we're gonna Professor Oak. Oh, we have a breeder here too. I can just put that Machamp right on up. That's good. We can't attack yet. Double Colossus on Jiggly. Jiggly use expand, that's fine. We want to Pokemon Breeder, Machamp onto Machamp. So powers like this exist in the current Pokemon game, like Machamp's damage that's dealt back. But they're more like 20 or 30 damage back when you're hit. Some even have a higher number. I think Halucha EX. Heck. fine. Super energy removal. Energy removal is very good against us, seeing as our deck is all about, like having 4 energy on an attacking poke, you know? This bird's gonna resist. Alright, Bill. So, I'm actually going to overpower Machamp a little bit. Okay, let's see if they get the paralysis. They do. However, we should be able to work around this paralysis this time. Let me check in play area. Actually, hold on. Oh nope, I don't have a whole a low retreat cost to switch into, so we cannot use switch. Fine. Let's pass. They'll get knocked out before we do. So. They take 10 for doing this every time. This is the power of Machamp. Okay. Energy removal. And I guess we just keep passing. Now I gotta win with Machamp, though. I love how the earth there is like so huge and like sort of like it's good. All right. Anyway, we got the Machamp knockout, which is what we came here for. One more before winning the Challenge Cup. And our final opponent, it's who did you expect? It's Ronald. Alright, so this is going to be our final match of the night, is going to be Ronald here. Prepare your deck, yes. Anything, do we want to build anything for our final match of the night against Ronald? Because I can build whatever I want to fight Ronald with. I only have 1 Venusaur. I have 4 Charizards. Could build that out. Don't have enough really support for that, I don't think. Alright. We're gonna cut all these out. Cut all these out. Let's give Charizard a run. Who's gonna go with Charizard here? One could be better. I'm gonna add Electabuzz into this as well. That'll be good. And then we have Fire up to 8, Lightning up to 6, double colorless, and then we're gonna lower, what are we gonna lower? Switch. Yeah, Rapidash is pretty good too. Let's go with this, though. Oh, we got... heck, I'm trying to think of how I want to... Invincible Ronald deck. Alright, Ronald. I'm gonna start with Magmar in the active, and we're gonna just go ahead and put a Charmander in the back. Okay, no starting. What do we got? Oh, you! Okay, fine. You know what? Sure. A Chansey to start. Does this Magmar need double fire for Fire Punch? Okay. Ah, Muck. Ignore all Pokemon powers. Heck. No. Chansey. Ooh, they've got their own Magmar. Okay. Alright, Bill. Help me out, Bill. Comp Search, Lightning Energy, and Charmander away for a energy removal. Because I want the energy off of this dang Chansey. So we're gonna Fire Punch, then Flamethrower. That'll be our knockout move. I also might Gust of Wind to get a knockout as well. Ooh, that's good Magmar. Scrunch. Come on, Tails. Alright, so we're gonna take the knockout with the plus power. Energy Search. Go find a fire. And a plus power. And Flamethrower. Okay, so Chansey's down. That's actually the hard part of this fight. Chansey's huge, if you didn't notice. It's very big. We don't want to be fighting it for long. Smoke screen. It's fine. Kind of an annoyance, really, but we'll work through it. Hey, Bill. Charizard. Okay, so we got through for 30. Ronald. They're powering up a Geodude in the back. Want to hit this again. Do I have a plus power again? No. What's retreat cost on this? 2. We'll just keep hitting. I might take the retreat on the next one. We'll see. Might not actually be worth it. I am aware. Ah, heck. We'll see if we'll get the knockout on this or not. I'm not gonna swap to get it, though. Too expensive. I'd rather be using this fire energy on my Magmar that I have in the back. If I get the knockout, I get the knockout. If I don't, I don't. Then I just have to do it with somebody else. I think I'm gonna do it with my own Magmar. So they get the knockout. That's fine. So we get our own Magmar out there. Oh, there's our Gust. That's fine. We smoke screen ourselves. It just knocks it out, so it doesn't matter what the attack is. So we want that Muck out of there, which I can go ahead and do with I can like Gust it, which I will. Ooh, a Geodude. Another Geodude. All right, how much damage are we? 0. We're taking 0 damage. That's how that attack works. Alright, so let's Gust out the Muck. And we're gonna energy removal this Geodude's fighting energy. And Smog. See if we can poison it! Yeah! Poison the poison type! So, as you'll notice, it's a grass Pokemon, but it didn't have a fire weakness, because it's based on what the actual Pokemon is. So let me go ahead and show you. Check in play. Muck. Muck is actually weak to Psychic. So we'll get the knockout here because of the poison in between turns. And then I'm going to let Charizard take the final hit because Muck will finally be out of here. Yeah, it's got the power of the skull. Are you ready for this? I'm ready for this. Alright, Geodude. You got this. 7 heads in a row is all you need. No, that's 1 head in a row. Nice try, though. Okay. And then we do Fire Spin. Select and discard 2 energy. Double colorless in this game doesn't count as 2 energy. You have to discard 2 energy cards for the thing. Anyway. Bam! Charizard gets to do the finisher. And we take our 4th prize and it's over. Even though they still had, like, active Pokemon, but... Decision. Goodbye, Ronald. Give me that Mewtwo. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Promotional card, Mewtwo level 60. So, this Mewtwo builds up energy by taking energy from the discard and putting them onto Mewtwo, and then has a 40 energy thing. A 40 damage thing, so... Thanks, Ronald. Oh, okay. And that's it. Anyway, I think we've gotten to show off a lot of the different archetypes, though not all of them. Is that it for the... that is it useful? Let me pull it up. It's not as good as the other Mewtwo, in my mind, but it is a 70 HP basic that can attack very quickly. So, I'd call it useful. I would call it actually pretty good for having 70 HP base, is honestly its biggest thing. But the other Mewtwo I like better, personally. The one with the barrier that's really annoying. Which we'll get to see, which, I don't remember, I think it was in this game. Anyway, there's still a number of decks I didn't get to show off that are well worth it. I could have built something with Gengar or Alakazam if we had a full play set. I kind of wanted to do something with Venusaur. And where's the other one? There's one other. Anyway, the point being is that we're not done yet. Nidoking and Nidoqueen. Want to build something with those. Anyway, what that means is that we're not done yet. We're done for today, but not for good. I definitely have more to show off with this game, and though I have shown off some of the silliest things you can do with how your turns with Oak and Bill can just get very silly. But I want to show off. Oh, Chansey's the other deck I wanted to show off at some point. Is just the Chansey stall deck. It's a slower deck, but it's a lot of it's very effective. So we'll have more of this in the future. We also have the game to finish. So thank you all for joining. I'm feeling very good with how this turned out and how I got to show off Rain Dance and all these fun different decks. I hope y'all had a lot of fun with this. I had a lot of fun with this, and this is a game I played a lot as a kid because well, everybody around me collected the card game. I wanted to play it because I like playing card games, as you may have known, you know? As you might know, that card games are my jam. So this is how I played it, you know, I only had this to play it. So anyway, thank you for joining. If you're not following the channel, please consider doing so, because it's easy to do. Lets you see more stuff like this. We do cards on Wednesdays, different types. We do a lot of things around here, actually. If you're really enjoying what you see, that you can always subscribe to the channel. We've got a really cool emote, as you can see there, with that skull. That is super great. Very happy with that. And with that, I'm gonna have to call it a good night.